Hello there, Internet. It is I, Shepherd Chang, bringing to you another episode of Abyssalcraft is Kind of Awesome. And in this episode, we are going over the mobs that appear in Omothol, third dimension of Abyssalcraft. And yeah, we're also going to be talking about what they drop. Because it's important, I guess. Yeah. Well, as you can see, there are only 8 spawn eggs in here. Well, I should say there are 8 types of spawn eggs. There are a lot more than 8. So, some of these guys you have seen before. Actually, you've seen all of them before. At least to some extent. Yeah. These guys are the shadow creatures, shadow monsters, and shadow beasts. All 3 of them spawn here in Omothol. Yeah, we've seen them before. There's nothing new or different about them. They're affected by the special type of enchantment for weapons Abyssalcraft adds called Light Pierce. The shadow creatures drop shadow fragments. The shadow monsters drop shadow shards. And the shadow beasts drop full-size shadow gems. Like those. Yeah. Nothing new or different about them. Nothing else to say about that. Okay, let's get these guys out of the way. Shoggoths. They're in all the Abyssalcraft dimensions, and this is what they look like in this one. These are, of course, Shadow Shoggoths for, no, not Shadow Shoggoths. These are the Omothol Shoggoths. Are a bit green. Now, I should note that I've showed this off before, but he is not leaving behind Shoggoth ooze when he walks. Well, it walks. They're genderless. And that is because Thaxium is not affected by the Shoggoths. The 2 varieties of Thaxium, regular Thaxium and dark Thaxium, and their various sub-creations, the Shoggoths cannot turn them into a Shoggoth ooze. One of the very few types of materials that this is true. Now, what do they drop? They drop Omothol Shoggoth flesh. Yep, pretty much to be expected. They still have the same amount of HP as as the other types of Shoggoths, and they have layers in Omothol. Yep. So, on to the ones that are technically new. But you have seen them before because of various things. So first off, Omothol ghouls. They're big bastards. I believe these guys are technically 4 blocks high. But I cannot remember off the top of my head. You know that they have 150 HP, while normal, which is more than the normal depth ghouls. Now, in lore, these guys are the final form of the depth ghouls. You can turn ordinary depth ghouls into these guys by first exposing them to liquid antimatter and turning them into anti-ghouls, and then having them die to the Corallium Plague, which would then turn those anti-ghouls into Omothol ghouls. But these guys just spawn normally here in Omothol. And, ooh, the Thaxium sword does 30 damage to these guys. Nice. And he has 0 HP and he's not dead. What the heck? Die. And of course, they drop Omothol ghoul flesh. Yeah. About what's to be expected. Just a quick look. just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, Omothol ghoul flesh is only used for crafting the skin of Omothol. That's what I thought. Oh, on to the other things that is technically new to this dimension. The remnants. These guys are basically villagers. They are non-hostile towards you. And they trade stuff. You can trade them items to get coins, and you can trade coins to get special charms, which I'm going to be going over in the rituals episode. And let's see, just to make sure. Let's see. Yep, you're still willing to trade with me. I have attacked you, and now you are hostile. Yeah. So, unlike normal villagers, attacking these guys makes them hostile towards you. Something to keep in mind. Alright, back to creative. And they have 100 HP. Thaxium Sword does 30 damage. Nice. Ah yes, and they drop these Eldritch Scales. Yeah, Eldritch Scales usages. That's for something cool. Rituals. Okay. Not a whole lot of uses. Now, quick look, just to make sure. If I do this... Now, just like villagers, there are also a variety of these guys. They have different appearances, just like normal villagers. They basically signify the jobs they have, and thus what possible trades they can make with them, in theory. I mean, this guy sort of looks like he might be a butcher, and, I guess. Okay, so, remember how I just showed it to you. Attacking them makes them attack you. They will attack in mass. Good, that's exactly what I thought. Yep. You attack one of them, they will gang up on you. Die, die, die. Any special drops there that we didn't have before? No, just Eldritch Scales and loot bags from the loot bag mod. Okay. Oh, let's get rid of that stuff. And now we get to the other new enemy. Minions of the Gatekeeper. Now, you know, they look a bit like the remnants, but bigger. And with a good bit more HP, 250 HP. And, you notice that symbol? I don't think I've ever actually mentioned it before, that is the symbol of Jizahar, the Gatekeeper. The final boss for Abyssalcraft. You can see, that symbol on the coins, and the remnants wear them. And, yeah. So, anyway, these guys are basically souped up versions of the remnants. But, unlike the remnants... oh, spelled that wrong. They are automatically hostile towards you. Fall. Come on. Get off the thing. Fall to your doom. Yeah. These guys can appear in any dimension, technically. They have a possibility of appearing when the statues created by Shoggoth monoliths cause disruptions. There is a possibility that a minion of the Gatekeeper will spawn. And since they are automatically hostile towards you, they will then attack you if they are nearby. Now, what to talk about next. That was it for the mobs that appear. I think maybe I'll go around and show you a bit about how they, what their spawn rates and stuff are, I guess. Okay, so here are a couple of remnants just hanging out on the Omothol stone, not far from where I set this stuff up. Yeah, they're just sort of hanging out here. They will just spawn randomly in Omothol, as well as in the village at the center of Omothol. Let's see, what else is around? More remnants. Remnant. Omothol Ghoul. There's some Shoggoth Ooze. Omothol Stone is not immune to Shoggoth Ooze. Into the Dark Realm you go. Doing that just amuses me. Oh, hey, there's one with a purple shirt. He wants rotten flesh. And, here are a couple of minions of the Gatekeepers just hanging out. Into the Dark Realm with you. Yeah, these guys don't have any sort of, special spawn location. Oh, there's the village right there. Or the city. Yeah. There are no particular special conditions in which these guys can spawn in this dimension. They're just here. Yeah, and Shoggoths can just randomly spawn because they're Shoggoths, I guess. Random bits of ooze around. Yeah, these guys, the remnants spawn with some fairly commonality, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so, that was it for the mobs that are in the Omothol, I suppose. The only other mob is, the final boss, Jizahar, the Gatekeeper. Yeah, and he doesn't exactly spawn just anywhere. He only spawns in his dungeon. Unless you've got a spawn egg. So yeah, that's, it for the mob episode for Omothol. See you in the next episode of Abyssalcraft is Kind of Awesome. Blorp! Okay, so, couple of quick tests. So, I mentioned that you can create remnants from villagers using liquid antimatter, and they are inherently immune to the effects of liquid antimatter. Darn it! Hold on. Finally.